Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back for the second half. The Eagles will have the ball. And Frank, Eagles played a decent half. The last few games we've seen them, they've looked pretty good. I don't know whether, though, you know, do you think Abington came into this game flat because they've already got their seed in the game?
I don't know, Jim, but they certainly don't look like a division champ.
Abington in man for man. There goes Marcus Green, makes a great play. Eddie Moore walks. And that sometimes happens because Green sees the court very well and he gets the ball to the open man.
What was the call there?
I think somebody stepped in bounds.
Oh, he stepped in without throwing the ball. He stepped over the line and did not throw the ball.
Eagles with the ball. This is James. Abington in man-to-man. This is Green, Thompson, DeWad Johnson, Eddie Moore. Abington with Connor on James. That's Sullivan, Hoover, Dinkins, and Kahn. And Abington's had to keep one of their starter downs on the bench.
Abington playing man-to-man now.
Yep, this is Green.
And Jim, notice the different kind of game it is when Green is in there.
Ball is blocked. Dinkins has it off to Kahn. It was James with a shot. Kahn on the move. Kahn and I were going to have a foul. I'm not sure who it's on. I think it's on Green. It is. That's a third on Green. You know, Frank,
Abington coach wanted a shot on that.
This is Connor, Sullivan. One thing with Abington, outside of Kahn, they don't have anybody who looks is pretty comfortable with shots. Sullivan doesn't shoot from the outside much at all.
No, I think they're used to scoring underneath.
There goes the ball to Connors. He comes into Dinkins. Dinkins with a move. He's got it. Marcus Holland's going to be coming in for Green. Frank, I was going to say, it's going to be very interesting. Green's only a freshman. I'd like to see him in his 12th grade year to see how he's progressed. You and I, of course, by the time he's a senior, are liable not to be here.
We're going to be down playing golf somewhere in North Carolina this time of the year.
Ball stolen by James. Eagles maintain a 12-point margin. This is Green all the way. Ball blocked by Dinkins. Dinkins does a nice defensive job. Here comes Kahn. Kahn almost loses control. We're going to have a foul on James. That's a good call. Eagles want to be careful. You don't want to give a team a chance to get up on the foul line and get a lot of shots.
The second foul on the Eagles.
Here comes Hoover. Hoover to Sullivan. Sullivan backs away, comes out to Kahn. To Sullivan. Here's Connor over in the corner open. They don't get him the ball. Back to Sullivan. Over to Connor. Connor goes to Dinkins. Bounce pass to Hoover. Hoover on the move now.
I think we're going to have walking.
And I think he might have gotten fouled.
Well, he tripped over somebody else's foot.
Eagles maintain 12-point margin with 5:45 left in the third quarter. Thompson with the ball. Kahn playing him. Ball comes to Holland. Holland looks for James, flashing across the key, nothing there. Bounce fast Eddie Moore. Eddie looks underneath, nothing there. Back to James. Gonna have a foul. Got a block on Marcus Holland. That's a third foul for the Eagles in the early going here. Here comes Kahn. Sullivan to Kahn, over to Connor. Ball goes to Dinkins. Dinkins on the move. No. Hoover with a big rebound.
And the Eagles averaging better than a foul a minute, Jim.
Abington with the ball. Dinkins with a turnaround jumper. He's got it. And Frank, he looks more comfortable with a turnaround jumper than he does with a little layup, which he's been hitting off the rim. Thompson to James. James on the drive, spin move. Almost loses it to Thompson, no. Rebound this time by Dinkins. And for the first time in a long time, Abington could cut it under. Oh. Ball knocked out of bounds by Moore. Abington could get the margin under 10 with a basket here. Ball comes outside to Connor. Connor goes to Kahn. Kahn into Dinkins. Dinkins on a move. Over to Hoover. Hoover with a turnaround jumper, no. Hoover doesn't look real confident with that shot. Thompson finds DeWatt Johnson. Johnson on the move. Turns around with a jumper, no. Eddie Moore loses the ball, out of bounds. Eddie Moore loses the ball, out of bounds. Ghosts trailing by 10, 4 minutes and 22 seconds left. Sullivan with a jumper, no. Maybe that's why he doesn't shoot. Dinkins with a rebound, he's got 10. This is Thompson on the move. I would not, that was a deliberate foul. Now the referee is not going to call it. Foul was on Kahn. He thought that Thompson had to move inside.
You know, Jim, I'm not sure I wouldn't have left Marcus Green in there and try to build on the lead a little bit.
Particularly in a game that really has no bearing on playoffs or seeding or anything. This is Andy James. Wiggins has come in replacing Holland. Tommy McGee wants a timeout for Norristown. The lead is down to 8 as Abington is nipping away at the Eagles. And Coach McGee gathers his play around him because one of the things he wants to do is stop Abington's movement.
And our officials tonight are John Orminski and Tom Brady. And we'd also like to thank our camera person tonight, Amy Smith, fine student at Norristown High School. And we just watched the Abington cheerleader.
By the way, Frank, Amy, as we've mentioned in a previous game, has a very, very fine voice and has tried out, I believe, in the area courses. You're kidding around about Kate Smith at the beginning. Do you suppose they could be related in some way?
Maybe we got to get Amy out there singing the national anthem.
Well, I told her before the game that we would introduce her and she could go a cappella across on the cable view, but she refused that honor. I think if we had a playoff game, though, we could probably talk her into it. We just needed a little more time. She and I have something in common. We both can be bribed with Tootsie Rolls, so, I would know the motivation to get her to sing. Ball coming into Eddie Moore. Moore with a turnaround jumper on Dinkins. He's got it.
If they spread out and leave Moore by himself under there with Dinkins, I think Moore can score all night.
Yeah, and that's a big basket because Abington had moved away, gotten into within 10 points. Eagles needed a basket very much there. This is Sullivan. Sullivan to Kahn. Back to Sullivan, over to Connor. And Connor's going to have to shoot from outside. There
Somebody's got to take that outside shot.
Kahn with a jumper. He's got it. Corey Kahn with 10. Keith Dinkins with 10 now. As Abington's scorers begin to come alive a little bit. This is Thompson. Eagles want to remain content. They don't have to hurry anything. James to Wiggins. Wiggins on the move. Ball knocked away by Kahn. James tries to get it. Smart play by Corey Kahn. Calls the timeout. Abington is closed within 8. Will control the ball with 2 minutes and 59 seconds left here in the third period. Once again, it's the Norristown Eagles 39, the Abington Ghosts 31.
And again, we have the Norristown cheerleaders, led by Captain Tina Beatrice and co-captain Alicia Hartenstein.
You'll notice one of the Eagles cheerleaders, is that the captain? Out there with a brace on her ankle, and earlier she was walking around with crutches in the hallway, and shows you that a lot of people do not consider cheerleading to be a sport or to be dangerous, but when you watch what the girls do and the moves they make and the gymnastics that they have to know, you realize that it's not that hard for them to sprain a knee or tear a ligament because they're very, very active.
think our only senior cheerleader tonight is Amy Grisafi.
This is Sullivan over to Kahn, back to Sullivan, to Connor, to Sullivan. Sullivan looks for Kahn, finds him. Kahn launches a three, no. Big rebound underneath, tap, up, hook.
Oh.
I don't know who got that.
That might have been a Norristown player who tapped that one in.
Ball is given to Dinkins. Abington has closed the sixth. McGee has brought Marcus Green back. There goes Johnson. We're going to have a foul. It's on Hoover.
And Jim, Abington is playing defense with a lot more intensity than they did in the first half. I'm sure the coach got on them at halftime, and they've really turned it up on their defense.
Bickley comes in replacing Connor. Bickley is a 6'1" junior. Abington will not have that much height next year, but they have players coming back. Johnson with his fifth. Eagles lead back to 7. Johnson ready with his second round, no good. Dinkins with a rebound. Controls, give the ball to Kahn. Abington's gotten the margin down to 7. This is Bickley, back to Bickley. Bickley finds Dinkins. Dinkins underneath, he's got it. They're beginning to find Dinkins underneath.
Well, Jim, Norristown has moved their zone out, and I don't know why, because Abington hasn't been making the outside shots.
This is Andy James with the ball. James with Bickley on him. Thompson outside. Thompson working on Sullivan. Ball comes to DeWad Johnson. Spin move. No. Eddie Moore up. Around. No. DeWad Johnson uncontested. 7 points for Johnson. There's Bickley to launch the three. He's got it. Abington down to 4. Thompson, no. Rebound, Johnson, no. Basketball. Oh! And there's a foul.
You can hear that one from over here.
I think that's his third foul, 15.
And now it's suddenly a 4-point ball game.
1:25 left. Abington's gotten it down to 4.
I think Norristown has moved to man-to-man. I'm not sure.
Kahn over to, this is Sullivan. Eagles look like they're in a man-to-man. There's Hoover. No. Big rebound, Moore. Hoover does not have much of a shooting touch. Thompson to James. Green outside. Will the Eagles hold? James with the ball. Looking for Moore. Not there. Johnson flashing across the key. Nothing there. Green with the ball. Kahn playing him. Over to James. James on the drive underneath. Oh, that you can hear.
Slapped on the arm. And suddenly these foul shots become very important.
Hoover with a second. James will be going line for 2.
13 foul on Abington, 5 fouls for Norristown. 42 seconds left in the quarter.
James' first foul shot off the front of the rim, no good. Ready with another. No good. Dinkins battles, got the rebound. Here comes Kahn. Will Abington hold for 1? I think they will. I think Eagles are playing man-to-man now. Well, I was wrong. Here goes Dinkins.
I think we have a jump ball.
Possession is for Abington. Good defensive play by Eddie Moore. Eddie's getting a little tired right now, though. He may need a breather. 27.8 seconds left. Kahn comes deep.
Oh.
Almost a foul. Kahn with the ball. Kahn on the move. Thompson. Ball comes into Dinkins. Dinkins. That's a Dinkins dunk, Frank.
Yep, a Dinkins dunk.
Double D, Daryl Dawkins. This is Green. Green on the spin move, not there. To James. James driving out to Green. Green has to launch it, no. Ball goes out of bounds at the buzzer sound. At the end of the quarter, it's Norristown 42, Abington 40.
You know, Jim, I don't understand why Norristown changed their defense when they were just packing it in under the basket. I would have waited until Abington proved that they could consistently make the outside shots. I don't know why they suddenly spread their defense out or went to a man-to-man.
Norristown with a tough third quarter, going shooting cold, and that makes a big difference as Abington closes the margin.